Hi everybody, it's Dana, and I want to welcome you to our 10-day challenge. I am so excited that you're here. I cannot wait to see the results that you're going to achieve. You might happen to see the top of a little head here. My little 3.5-year-old assistant. I have Lena on my lap. So with this video, I want to give you our guidelines and our rules. And so I'm going to go through these in some detail. I would love if you could grab a pen and paper and just write these down. Okay, no pointing, okay. So as I said, our challenge is 10 days, and we're going to start on this Monday. Go for 10 days. What I'd like you to be sure that you do before Monday or on Monday, like first thing in the morning, is I would like you to please take your before photos and weigh yourself, if you weigh yourself. And how about you also go on and take your waist measurement and keep those in a safe place. Do you need to share your before photos on our Facebook group? You can if you want, as well as your stats. You don't have to, though, if you don't feel comfortable. I would like it if you would at least, though, just send them to me. You're safe with me if you'd like to do that. You can just send them to me in a message or in email, danahcrabtree@gmail.com. So have those, and then what we'll do is at the end of the 10 days, we will take those again, and we'll see what kind of results you guys get. And I'm going to give a prize to the person who who shows the greatest change with their results. And what you will win is I have 3 different DVDs, individual Beachbody workouts on DVD. These are some special bonus workouts. One of them is from Les Mills Combat. Another one is from Body Beast. And then another one I believe is from Hip Hop Abs. It's Hip Hop Abs Extreme. So great stuff, and you can add those to your workout video library there at home. So what I want to do now, I want to go through what we call in Beachbody our formula for success for lifestyle change, right, to help you with your health and fitness. And so our formula for that is fitness plus nutrition plus support. So I'll go through each one of those 3 things. Let's start with fitness. So, of course, the point of this 10-day challenge, we're focusing on nutrition because we really want to help you build a good foundation for healthy eating. A lot that we can accomplish with that in 10 days. But, of course, exercise is important. And with exercise, it's not about being ripped or shredded or a certain size or a certain number on the scale, although those things are nice. Those things are nice, but it is about being healthy and strong. Because I know I can tell you from having gone through my own journey, and I'm still on a journey, but when I lost all my weight, lost those 85 pounds, not just losing the weight, but getting stronger and more fit, I can enjoy so many of the blessings that God has given me in my life. I think so much more. I feel like I can really embrace life. And so that's why we exercise. And so we ask you to, for 8 out of the 10 days, to commit to 30 minutes of exercise, 8 out of the 10 days. If you don't already have a program to do that, or maybe membership of a gym, anything like that, then you could just start with walking. That would be great. But I would also ask that you, which walking is mainly cardio, would you also, though, please incorporate in some kind of strength training, whether it's with lifting weights or even just your own body weight. Exercises where you would do resistance training with your own body weight would be things like push-ups, whether they're on your toes or modified, and squats. I put on the Facebook group under files, if you look under files, I put some links there for you to some sample workouts, workout videos from Beachbody that we do have. There's one from Tony Horton and also from Shaun T, but when each of them were on Dr. Oz. I think those videos are 15 minutes, but they're great. And then there are also the Shakeology workouts. One of them is 30 minutes long and one of them is 50 minutes long, and it's a little more advanced. And you don't need much equipment for any of those, just maybe some small dumbbells. You could even use, I mean, get creative. You could use some soup cans or, you know, that kind of thing, just to give you a little bit of weight to lift. With any program that you do, any kind of exercise regimen, the key ingredients that you need to have, you don't just want to have cardio. You need to mix things up. You need a good balance of cardio, strength training, working your core, and also stretching and active recovery. Beachbody fitness programs are all, you do them at home, they're on DVD, and they all have a good balance of those things. So if you're already wanting to look at a program from us and you want suggestions from me, feel free to message me. I'm happy to make recommendations there. And one more thing I want to talk about with the importance of strength training is that we need to put muscle, to build, we already have muscle, that sounded bad, to put muscle in our body, we have it, but we need to build it. When we build muscle, then it fires our metabolism. And also, maybe you've read this particular fact, this is, I find this depressing, but ladies, from age 25 on, our bodies, if we're not building muscle, our muscle, it atrophies, and we lose 1 to 2% of our muscle mass every year. So if you do the math, then by the time you're 45, maybe 50 years old, if you're not regularly strength training, you could have lost 50% of your muscle mass. And so I hope that brings home that point to you about strength training, why we need to do it. Okay, sleep, one word about that. I know we all read that we need 8 hours of sleep a night, and I struggle with that. I'm going to be the first to admit. But if you will do your best to get as much sleep as you can during these 10 days, I think you're going to find that you get so much better. It's just going to improve your results from the good eating and from the exercise, particularly when you're exercising actively. I mean, 8 out of 10 days, I mean, that's like an average of 5 to 6 days a week. And your body needs that sufficient sleep to be able to heal from the, what do they call it, the micro trauma that you're giving to your muscles. So your muscles really need to heal. We need that sleep. It happens during sleep. So I'm going to be doing that right along with you guys, and I will tell you how many hours of sleep I get each night. All right, now with nutrition, so we went over fitness. Now with nutrition, of course, that's our main goal and our main focus for these 10 days. And so we're about helping you build a foundation to make better food choices. Okay, and so this is not about a quick fix with good nutrition, quick fix and quick weight loss, some kind of liquid diet or pills, magic pill, none of that. There really are not any quick fixes there. And so we have to make it a lifestyle change. We want to help you build that good foundation to be able to do that. We do believe, now I said it's not about a liquid diet, and you're probably going, okay, well, what about Shakeology? Because that is a drink, and we're asking you to replace one of your 5 meals out of the day with Shakeology. So let me talk a little bit about that. We believe that it's one of the most important things we could put in our bodies daily, because it actually is real food. There are over 70 whole food ingredients in Shakeology, and you guys know if you've already read the label. And so because of all the good things that are in it that we probably couldn't find in many other food sources, we need it once a day, no matter how well we're eating with all of our other meals. We recommend that you do have it early in the day, either for breakfast or for lunch. That's ideal if you can, just because of the fruit sugar that's in it. We want you to have time during the day to burn that off. Though we do need to learn how to eat real food in addition to our Shakeology for all our other meals. So I want you to choose from the recommended recipes that are on there are 3 meal plans I gave you, so you got plenty to choose from. Choose from those recommended recipes for your other meals and your snacks throughout your day. Plan them if you can. Try to make some things ahead of time if you can. I mean, if you see a couple of recipes that you know are things that you're really going to like, why not make up enough of that that's going to last you several meals worth so you can repeat that. There's nothing wrong with repeating some favorite meals. Same thing for lunch a few days in a row, that kind of thing, especially if it's going to make healthy eating and those choices easier for you. I do that all the time. My train of thought there. Yeah, these are great recipes. They're tasty. They're easy to prepare. Where they come from is the different food guides of our fitness programs. All our fitness programs come with a nutrition guide with recipes. And so these are really, we've taken our favorites from a lot of our food programs or our fitness programs and put them into these meal plans for you. We have so many gaps in our diets, and so to mention like fast food, with very few exceptions. I know there are some healthier options at a lot of fast food restaurants, and that's good, but I mean, you kind of know the stuff to stay away from at fast food restaurants. And so a friend of mine likes to say that the cardboard container that it comes in probably has more nutritional value than the food contained in it. So stay away from that. And I really think you're going to find, I know I did, that Shakeology helps me to not crave fast food. And when I do go through there, I think, okay, I'm going, what green things do they have? Salads, things like that, and fruit. Lean proteins, the good carbohydrates, things like that, if you must do fast food. Also, just the quality of our soil that our produce is grown in now. You probably have heard we have very poor soil quality anymore. It's very, very depleted from the nutrients that it used to have. There's, of course, all the great controversy. It's very depressing about genetically modified organisms, and that's in many things. I've even heard that the wheat that is in a lot of our food now, it's like it's chemically grown. It's not even real wheat, which is why that can, some people have a real sensitivity to that, and it just makes them feel really gross. It's probably no wonder. Also, much of our produce, if you notice, it's picked so early. Even when you see it there on the shelf in the store, it was picked so early, it wasn't given time to ripen and for those vitamins to really mature and give you the greatest benefit. So, because I used to love green bananas, and I've learned now, no, I let them get really yellow and really, really ripe because they're better for you that way. So something to think about. And just processed foods, you probably heard the tip, like, try to get as few foods from the middle of the grocery store as you can. Try to get things that are on the perimeter. Well, what's usually on the perimeter? The produce section. Well, the fresh foods, right? The fresh meats and the dairy, that kind of thing. The processed foods are usually in the middle of the store, and the deal is when food is processed and that's all we're eating. I mean, I understand you can't eliminate processing entirely, and I'll talk more about that with Shakeology in a minute, but there's so many chemicals and things that are added to processed food that our body doesn't read it as real food. And so that's a lot of the problem with that. So that's why we talk about eating whole foods. Whole foods are not processed. And so with Shakeology, though, you go, well, okay, that's processed, isn't it? Well, yes, but it's simply whole food that has been ground up very, very fine, okay? And what they teach us about it is that, Lena's coming back onto my lap, is that the Shakeology in the bag, as long as it's unopened, that bag stays sealed, then it should still be good 2 years later. Okay, it doesn't lose any of the potency of the nutrients in it. So I hope that helps you with that. And that's not usually the case with most protein drinks. And so Shakeology takes care of your insides, and it's just so incredibly healthy that no other food item really has all the nutritional value that it has. And of course, I think it's absolutely delicious. So as you get used to drinking it this week, I want you to post what favorite recipes you have found or come up with it. Okay, and then let me just get lastly to support. And why you can guess why support is important. I mean, that's kind of why you're in this group, is that it's hard to make lifestyle changes, lasting changes by yourself. It's always more fun when you got a buddy or however many there with you. And as coaches, Beachbody coaches, we know what that's like. We've gone through it too, and we still support one another because the journey never ends. And we want to give that to you. So I want this group to be a very, what we call a soft place to land, because we're going to be posting our food intake each day. We're going to post at the end of each day what we ate. And let's say that you end up having a bad day one day and the day just goes absolutely crazy. Nothing goes the way you planned it. And maybe you just did not even have enough time to get your food kind of ready for the day or planned or whatever. And you end up having to eat, I don't know, Cheesecake Factory or something. We don't even have that here. But you get what I mean. Okay, all I just ask you to do is just say that, and just own it. And nobody's going to judge you and make you feel terrible, because you're probably going to feel terrible anyway. We'll support you and say, come on, you can do this. Tomorrow's another day. Okay. And I think there's great power when you admit that to the other people. I know I've experienced that myself. And so that accountability is so good. And that's why you're here. I do want you to use some kind of method to track what you're eating each day. So you keep a food journal for yourself. If you want to do it the good old-fashioned pencil and paper way, great. A lot of us like MyFitnessPal. That's just at myfitnesspal.com, and you can set up a free account. They have an app for your phone. I really love it. It's so easy to use. You can scan a barcode with it, and that item will come right up, and all the, usually in their database, and all the nutrition stats with it. It's very easy to search their database for so many different foods. Anything you eat, you can find in there, and just click and add. And you can see, you can track what you're doing, and you're going to realize what an important exercise that is, because we tend to, if we just go by memory, we tend to underestimate by about 40% what our what our caloric intake was for the day. If you need some help figuring out what your daily calorie target should be, do let me know. I am going to post a link for you guys to a particular tool that we have for that on teambeachbody.com that will help you estimate for your particular situation, your height, your weight, your age, all of that, your activity level, how many calories you should be getting per day. And then I really like MyFitnessPal for tracking that. Okay. And so this whole thing is not about perfection, but it's about progress, and it's a learning process. This is 10 days of retraining your mind and seeing and feeling that correlation between fitness and nutrition. Our past participants have, in some cases, in that 10 days, lost as much as anywhere from 6 to 8 pounds. It really is doable. We just go one meal at a time. And we like to say that there's only 2 ways to fail, and one would be to not even start. But see, that's not you, because you're here. And then the other would be to quit. And I hope none of you will do that. This 10 days is less than 2 weeks, and it can make all the difference in how you progress in the coming months, the whole rest of the year. So I'm here for you. And if you are intimidated at all by posting anything in the big group, you know what? You can message me privately. If you want to message your food intake to me privately, that's okay. That's fine. All right. I want this to be a safe place for you. So, with taking those before pictures, the guidelines I want to give you are that you want to take one shot of you from the front, and then one from either side, a profile, and then also one from the back. And so those are the things, and we already said a waist measurement and your weight if you want to do that. I will have a form for you to submit your results at the end of these 10 days. And yeah, I think just the only other thing to say that this is about being a better you. I want to thank you for trusting me, and that the 10 days is certainly not the finish line, but it's only the beginning, and this will give you a kickstart. And as Tony Horton likes to say, do your best, forget the rest, and I will see you online. Bye-bye.